Right now, I'm in New York City, but I need to get to Washington, D.C. pronto. Last week, Representative Luna announced a hearing on MKULTRA.
Project MKULTRA was not a policy failure or an overzealous program that got out of hand. It was a deliberate, systematic governmental operation that subjected American citizens, prisoners, hospital patients, veterans, ordinary people to LSD, electroshock, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, psychological torture without their knowledge or consent.
For decades, MKUltra existed in a gray zone, somewhere between documented history and conspiracy theory. The CIA admitted it existed. Thousands of records were destroyed. Victims came forward. Investigations were launched, yet many questions remained unanswered. This week, Congress is holding a hearing on one of the most controversial intelligence programs in American history. So I'm boarding a train to Washington to see it for myself. Okay, I just arrived at Moynihan Station at Penn Station, and we're going to get our tickets and get on a train and go to Washington, D.C. Penn Station is the main railroad station in New York City, and it's the busiest transportation facility in the Western Hemisphere, serving more than 600,000 passengers per business day. The main concourse is located beneath Madison Square Garden and the former post office building, now known as Moynihan Train Hall. Yeah, this is an impressive station. Now let's stop and take another gander. Check out this ceiling. It's like a 92-foot tall ceiling. Oh boy. Ooh. Oh, that's something, man. Oh, they did a number on this place. All right, so we got our tickets for Washington, D.C. I asked them for the next train available, which was at 12, 15 minutes away. And then they said it was $550 for a one-way ticket. I said, whoa, that's kind of pricey. That's a little pricier than I had anticipated. In fact, I read $150 when I checked the train fare over the weekend. What ended up happening is that I found a ticket at 2 p.m. for $230. And I'm like, well, that's much more in my price range. So we have some time to look around. This is the renovated Penn Station, and they have a formidable food court. So let's take a look and see what they got. Okay, oh, they got a sushi. Check this out. They got the Yono sushi. That is pretty high class. I mean, that's an upgrade from the old Penn Station. Check this out. Davy's ice cream. Oh, this one upstairs. Check this out. Cookie dough. They got all the good stuff.
Try anything? Just let me know.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna look. All right, let's cruise on over to La Maison du Chocolat. Oh, check this out. Oh, that's some boutique chocolate right there. It's like 20, they're selling it by the ounce. $22 an ounce. As I mentioned, The main concourse of Penn Station is located below Madison Square Garden, a place, of course, where so many iconic events have been held. Speaking of which, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will hold their wedding there this Friday. But I want to talk about something a little more on topic. Directly across the street from Madison Square Garden was the site of the Hotel Pennsylvania, formerly known as the Statler Hotel. This is one of the most notorious locations in the sordid annals of MKULTRA. It was here that U.S. Army Captain Frank Olsen plunged to his death after falling out of a hotel window. 9 days prior, Olsen was at a CIA meeting in rural Maryland where Sidney Gottlieb, head of MKULTRA, covertly dosed Olsen with LSD. Olsen did not have a good trip. In fact, he had an entire reversal of his worldview, telling his wife days later, "I've made a terrible mistake." Olsen attempted to resign from the project, but we all know you can't just resign from the agency. The agency put him under psychiatric treatment in New York City, and on November 28, 1953, Olsen jumped out of his hotel window, even though he was sharing a room with a company man. The police report stated that Olsen purposefully threw himself out of the 10-story window.
Okay.
I'm going to Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Can I go anywhere here?
No, you got to do this car right there.
This car?
Yeah, but not now. Just like that. Wait.
Apparently the D.C. people can only get on this one car. All the D.C. people, which we are going to cram into this one car. So it's going to be crazy.
You don't have to sit away from somebody if you're traveling with someone until at least Washington, if we're going past Washington. Go ahead and fill it until you can.
Okay, so now he's saying go ahead and fill in. Oh, it's going to be a tight squeeze, folks. It's going to be a tight squeeze. So I've got a 3-hour ride to DC. Now I'm not sure what to expect when I get there. I know the hearing takes place inside the U.S. Capitol building tomorrow, specifically in room 2154 at 10 a.m. Representative Luna has been on a mission to expose the dark underbelly of the deep state. But what new information will she bring to light? The topic of MKUltra is one I've been researching for years. In fact, earlier this year, I wrote an investigative article on the origins of MKUltra, published in the March issue of New Dawn magazine. In it, I show how occultist Aleister Crowley was integral to the formation of MKUltra. The program itself was huge, containing over 149 subdivisions with names like Project Chatter and Project Artichoke. Project Chatter was a U.S. Navy program that ran from 1947 to 1953 out of the Naval Medical Research Institute in Bethesda, Maryland. Its stated goal was to identify chemical agents for purposes of interrogation and treating depression. For this goal, psychotropic drugs such as scopolamine, mescaline, and LSD-25 were tested on humans and animal subjects. It was the first U.S. government program to test LSD-25 on people. It was run by Charles Savage and ended in 1953 as it merged with Project MKULTRA. Project Artichoke, a predecessor to MKULTRA, was initiated by the CIA on 20 August 1951 to answer the question,
can we get control of an individual to the point where he will do our bidding against his will and even against fundamental laws of nature, such as self-preservation?
Artichoke was initially called Project Bluebird, and in its attempts to create a mind-controlled Manchurian candidate, the agency experimented with hypnotism, electroshock therapy, and even lobotomies. Most intriguing were results garnered from psychotropic drugs such as marijuana, cocaine, heroin, mescaline, and eventually with LSD. Records show that one agent was treated with LSD for 77 days.
Welcome to Washington Union Station, and travelers now located throughout Station to assist you. Red caps are available for that and special services, and traffic ticket kiosks and assistance officers are available for ticket transactions. Thank you for choosing Amtrak.
All right, so we just arrived in Washington. So I'm trying to get my bearings straight here. This is an impressive station, no doubt. It is over 100 years old, and a lot of the architecture, as you can see, is influenced by classical Greek elements, such as the arches and various sculptures depicting Greek gods. The train station is located just 5 blocks from the U.S. Capitol building. Now, I have to go find an Uber and head over to my hotel. Washington often feels like two cities occupying the same space. One is visible, tourists, monuments, and government buildings. The other exists in archives, committee rooms, and classified programs. DC is a city built on records, secrets, and power. It's also where some of the most important investigations into intelligence abuses have taken place. I'm looking forward to this next level in MKUltra disclosure.
Look, you're my first customer for today.
Excuse me?
You're my first customer for today.
Oh, really?
I just started now.
You just started?
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
And you work till the night, into the night?
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
Till 2?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. How do you usually work? Do you usually like...
Yeah, I don't like to wake up in the morning.
Do people, do they hail cabs here like in New York, or did they call you up, or what?
They hail taxi, they call too.
Oh, okay. Do they call you on a special number?
Yeah, they give
Or is it? Or do you have an agency?
Half a mile,
You
take
give
a
them-
slight
you
right
give them
turn
your
onto
number.
High Street Northwest.
You give them then your number, they will pick you up.
Oh, I see.
Well, you need a ride?
Well, I was thinking maybe later tonight I might go to Adams Morgan.
Yeah, there's... You call the yellow cab will come to you.
Oh, okay. We arrive at my hotel. I'm staying at the Hotel Hive. This has been a favorite of mine going back a number of years now. It is affordable and strategically located near Georgetown. It is a micro hotel, which I rather enjoy. I have an early start tomorrow morning. I have to leave for the conference at 7 a.m., So I decide not to go to the Adams Morgan district for dinner, but rather grab something in nearby Georgetown instead, then call it an early night. It's the day of the hearing, and though it doesn't start until 10 p.m., we want to get there early. Last time we went to Congress was for the UAP disclosure hearing in September. But when we arrived, there was a huge line to get inside, and we ended up watching that hearing on a closed monitor TV in an adjacent room.
The number you gave me, there's the room you're going, not the address of the waiver building. There's the room you're going, 202 something.
Okay. All right. I think what it is that it's the Capitol. I think it's the building to the right.
I know what it is.
Oh, you do? Thank you. Okay, that's good to know. That's the address they have in the...
That's not the address. That's the room you're going.
So that 2154 is actually a room number.
Yeah, room number. That's what the congresswoman or man you're seeing. That's her or his room, his office.
Oh,
yeah, that's his office.
The way they announced it, it looked like it was a street address.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a city in there. It's so big inside that thing. Well, we made it to our destination after all. Now, I just have to make it through security, and we're in like Flynn. Well, we made it inside. Now we just have to find this place. It's like a maze in here. I don't even know where this place is. 2201? We're looking for room 2154. Let's see what this sign says. All right, I think it's down this corridor. We're at 2154.
Turn down.
I'm obviously on the wrong floor. So it said, I'll try the second floor, which is the first floor.
First floor.
I don't even know where I am. This place is like a fucking underground city. Okay, I found the room. There's a group of people already waiting in front. They haven't let in yet. So we have success. All right, I got myself a nice seat. It's a good-sized conference room, but the place is filling up to capacity fast. I already see members of Congress arriving. Looks like all the heavyweights of the disclosure movement are here, including Representative Paulina Luna, Tim Burchett, Nancy Mace, Eric Burleson, Eli Crane, and Lauren Boebert. For witnesses, they have writer-researchers Stephen Kinzer and Tom O'Neill.
This hearing from the Task Force on Declassification of Federal Secrets will come to order. Welcome, everyone. Without objection, the chair may declare a recess at any time. I recognize myself for the purpose of making an opening statement. This hearing is about the crimes committed by the Central Intelligence Agency against the American citizens and the decades of secrecy used to conceal them. The American people deserve a complete and truthful record. The victims and their families deserve acknowledgement, and this Congress has a constitutional obligation to ensure that full declassification is not delayed any longer. Project MKULTRA was not a policy failure or an overzealous program that got out of hand. It was a deliberate, systematic governmental operation that subjected American citizens, prisoners, hospital patients, veterans, ordinary people to LSD, electroshock, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, psychological torture without their knowledge or consent. This went on for 20 years on American soil, funded by American taxpayer dollars and authorized by the very top of U.S. intelligence apparatus.
What I like about this hearing is that there were questions asked about what a modern day version of MKUltra would look like.
This task force could also consider trying to determine whether some new incarnation of MKUltra exists today. When the main phase of MKUltra drew to a close in the early 1960s, Sidney Gottlieb concluded that it had failed, that in fact there is no such thing as mind control. Even if he was right, however, he may have been right only at that time. In the many decades since then, there have been enormous advances in cyber technology, in artificial intelligence, in neuroscience. Covert agencies may have access now to tools for mind control that Sidney Gottlieb could not even have imagined. It could also inform a new inquiry into whether any mind control projects are now underway inside the U.S. security apparatus. That might help prevent the emergence of a 21st century MKUltra that could be even more destructive than the original.
Ms. Boebert follows this up with questions about psionics, radio waves, and directed energy weapons, and how this could factor into a 21st century iteration of MKUltra.
Operations like Naomi and MKUltra, there's Operation Mockingbird that was going on at the same time as MKUltra, and it really ties into what Congressman Burchett was talking about with radio waves, where we have these like a Venn diagram of individual people and the military casting a broader net. So you have the radio waves, computer activity, the Operation Mockingbird, the programming that is taking place. So what do you see in relation to what was happening then and what we are seeing now that could be types of the same kind of programs and even using direct energy weapons or the like?
I also enjoyed Mr. O'Neill's forays into the netherworld of Charles Manson. Manson was an obvious MKUltra subject, with links to Hollywood, the music industry, and even the rock band The Beatles.
How had Manson, a barely literate ex-con, acquired the ability to persuade ordinary young people to murder complete strangers simply because he had told them to? The pursuit of the answer to that question led me to Dr. Louis Jolyon West. In 1977, West was one of 7 academic researchers named in a front-page New York Times story alleging that the CIA had used American universities, hospitals, and prisons as secret laboratories for experiments involving LSD and other drugs on unwitting human subjects.
I'm on my way back to New York now, and the hearing leaves a lot of fat to chew on. In many ways, it was a limited hangout. There wasn't much revealed at the hearing that I haven't heard before. The mind-blowing part was to hear all these things spoken publicly and from the highest levels of our government. It gives me a certain hope on this occasion of the 250th anniversary of our great nation, however tenuous.